Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked where I climb the LM VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. It is a brand new season of Battle Stadium, and that means the VGC 2020 rules have also been slightly updated. So from now on, you'll see Pokemon like Incineroar, Venusaur, Blastoise, and a bunch of new Gigantamax Pokemon in the format. And of course, that's going to change the metagame a fair amount. So really excited to play these next couple of weeks just to see what teams people are using, see some of the old Pokemon as well as some of the new Gigantamax Pokemon that are allowed, and really excited to just keep playing. So thank you guys as always for watching. Today, we'll actually be trying out a team that someone tweeted at me earlier today. I thought it was a really cool team, and I haven't finished up my first Series 3 team yet. Hopefully, they'll be done by the end of tomorrow. Then I'll be able to feature that and make it a rental code as well. But this is a team built by a player called Hal. His Twitter is HZGwo16, I believe, so check him out, linked in the description below, as well as the rental team. And yeah, I wanted to feature it because, of course, it's got Incineroar and Venusaur, two of the new Pokemon that are allowed in the format, as well as more Pico, which is something we haven't been able to feature at all yet. So really excited to try it out, and thank you to Hal for providing the team. We're just going to jump into today's episode. Question of the day. Collinsville Regionals, of course, took place yesterday and over the weekend, and it was streamed on Pokemon's Twitch channel. So I'm curious if any of you guys watched that tournament. What did you think about the players, the teams, the stream? Personally, I had a lot of fun watching the tournament, and the finals I thought was a really, really fun set. And overall, it was just kind of cool to see, new Pokemon continuously pop up and do well. For example, in the finals, we had Durant, as well as Gothitelle. Although Gothitelle didn't come out in the finals. And then Wolfie had things like Liepard and Reuniclus, so a lot of cool Pokemon. So, let's jump into things. I think we're actually up against Wolfie's Leafeon team. I was going to try this out. I never saw the full spreads or anything, but let's see how this goes. Maybe this is a Venusaur game. Battle between the grass types. The thing is, how do I stop something like Togekiss and Dusclops? I want my Lodic. This could be a great Incineroar game, honestly. The main question is just who do I lead with here? Because, Trick Room is obviously a huge component of that team. And I have to watch out for Togekiss as well. I want to bring Venusaur, but in order to use it properly... I mean, I guess my Venusaur could put in work against... I think it's support-oriented Togekiss from that team, if I remember correctly. But I could be totally wrong on that. I mean, I do have Taunt here on the Whimsicott as well. Maybe we just go Whimsicott Venusaur, actually. With Incineroar in the back, and I think my Lodic is a must-bring in this matchup for the Dusclops and Rhyperior combination. So, yeah, we're going to jump into things, and we're going to be bringing both Incineroar and Venusaur, so our first time trying it out in this format. I played a couple games with this team just to really get a hang of it beforehand, so yeah. It's definitely on the slower end, so that's why you have Tailwind and Icy Wind support. But it's got a lot of bulk on a lot of Pokemon, which makes it fun. It's going to be Rhyperior Dusclops immediately. Interesting. I think Venusaur Whimsicott actually has a great combination against this right now. The thing is, you could just go for the turn 1 ally switch. I don't know if that Dusclops has it, but if you do, then that would make a lot of sense. Taunt here is just so obvious. Do I want to be a beast and read the ally switch? Sleep Powder covers my options. I think I'm still going to taunt the Dusclops, Dynamax, and go for a Max Overgrowth. Yeah, that's relatively safe. If you go for the ally switch, then that's fine. The Rhyperior ends up getting taunted, I get some damage off. And Rhyperior actually switches out, which I'll take. And so maybe a fire type? It's Torkoal, which actually will activate our speed. Okay, not bad. This might just be a Venusaur game, honestly. The downside is, of course, I have kind of burned a turn of Dynamax here, which is where the upside in potentially going for turn 1 Sleep Powder is. Yeah. Also, one thing, guys, sorry, I said this in the last video, too, I think the last Road to Rank, but yeah, apologies that I haven't been super consistent with daily uploads. I'm just getting back into the hang of things after coming back from Australia. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit sick as well, but I appreciate you guys who come out and continue to watch these videos, and it really means a lot, so thank you guys as always. Alright, no ally switch, that's promising. I wonder how much Max Overgrowth does to Torkoal here. I would still think a decent amount, honestly. Alright, you just start going for the Max Overgrowth. Not bad. Not bad. That also sets up grassy terrain, which could be really helpful in dealing with Rhyperior in the late game. Yeah, and Dusclops just try to Trick Room. Okay. We take those. I don't want to just fake Tears the Torkoal and max Quake it. I think that should get the KO. Let's just do that, yeah. No Protect, okay, good. Dusclops here is what, gonna Bulldoze or Nightshade, but either of those is fine. Glad I didn't try to read too hard into the ally switch. I think the turn 1 play on our end was pretty safe, so might as well just go for that. Maybe Max Ooze would have gotten the knockout there. But I don't know my Venusaur calcs very well. I feel like with Life Orb I'd be confident on that KOing. With Fake Tears it probably does KO. It's just going to be Nightshade into Whimsicott. Okay, I mean, that's not really a big threat, I feel like, to the opposing team. I mean, I guess it does have Taunt. But I would say these first 2 turns have gone pretty well. So I wonder if my opponent fully committed to Trick Room. I'd love to see Leafeon. If Leafeon comes out here, I'll be very happy. It's actually Leafeon! No way! Honestly, I'm just gonna Tailwind. Oh, we should be faster than Leafeon anyway, right? I mean, why not just Fake Tears Max Ooze? Like, my opponent very kindly set up the Sun for us. So the only way around this is... and I remember that Leafeon doesn't have Protect, right? So your only way is to Dynamax and Max Guard. And if you do that, what the heck does Dusclops do? I can just Taunt it next turn. Yeah. That's why Taunt is a good move on Whimsicott. Alright, battle of the grass types here, but I can't believe it. Our first game with this team, and Venusaur comes out and does even more than I expected it to. Like, I didn't think my opponent would just so very kindly set up the Sun, but you can understand the Torkoal switch in there. If the Whimsicott doesn't have Taunt, then you get Trick Room up and then you just click Eruption and pretty much just win the game. So, battle of the grass types here with Dynamax Venusaur against Dynamax Leafeon, but we'll get the Fake Tears off. Yep. Oh, it is faster. Okay, yeah. But it shouldn't KO us, right? Oh, that does nothing. Tailwind might have been safer there. But I figured, like, yeah, it doesn't get the knockout. I didn't remember how fast Wolf's Leafeon was. I haven't seen the spreads of this team. See a Fake Out, or Fake Tears Max Use gets the KO. It doesn't after the special defense increase. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, Venusaur literally just carries this game like 4v1. It beats everything. And it's just Nightshade coming up, but that's fine. Well, this next turn is at least interesting, I guess, because Dynamax ends now. And I don't want Trick Room to go up because I think I lose the game if Trick Room goes up. We should win the game now with Rhyperior, or sorry, with Milotic and Incineroar. We don't have... This is non-attack Whimsicott, as you can tell, which is pretty interesting. I'm just going to taunt Dusclops here. And Sludge Bomb the Leafeon. I could Tailwind Sludge Bomb, but like I said, if Trick Room goes up, we could still lose. So I just really want to ensure it does not go up. Maybe we're gonna... No, I was going to say maybe we're going to switch Whimnod into Incineroar, but I don't think I like that either. Alright, so just going for another Max Quake. See if that's enough to knock us out. It doesn't. Nice. This Venusaur is so clutch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we'll knock out the Leafeon now. If Dusclops try to Trick Room again, then it's certainly game over. But even if not, I mean, what can you really do now? I've got Incineroar, which I can cycle in for Intimidate against the Rhyperior. Once Sun runs out, my Milotic also just knocks out the Rhyperior. It's like a pretty bulky but offensive variant. Good on my opponent, though, going for the Nightshade instead of trying to Trick Room again. But I think I still have to always go for the Taunt there just to play it safe. Yeah. And now, actually, what we can do is show off how good Incineroar can be. So we bring it in, get an initial Intimidate off, and then we just go for another parting shot to decrease Rhyperior's attack even further. I guess the one thing I have to watch out for is I have to make sure Milotic does not get KO'd here. But with Intimidate and Parting Shot, even if you Bulldoze, you'll not be able to knock out Milotic, and you'll activate my competitive. So I think it's pretty safe here to just go for Fake Tears into Rhyperior and Parting Shot. I guess I could Fake Out here. I don't really see any point in doing that. Well, Fake Out helps, I guess, in stalling out the Tailwind. Sorry, not the Tailwind, the Sun. Because we want Sun Expire. As soon as Sun expires, then after Fake Tear, Scald should just knock out Rhyperior cleanly. So yeah. Not bad. I think this was literally a Venusaur 4v1 kind of game, where, as you saw, I had a perfect matchup against everything, and my opponent just didn't have much for the lead. The one thing I was scared about seeing was Togekiss, but yeah. So, Rhyperior at -2 attack now. And actually, yeah, even if you have Bulldoze, Rhyperior should be faster than the Dusclops here. So, you won't even get the Bulldoze off until after this turn. Or, sorry, you'll get the Bulldoze off, but you won't get the attack boost onto Rhyperior until after you attack with Rhyperior. Just going for a Rock Slide, but yeah, -2 Rock Slide shouldn't do too much. Yeah, not much at all. And just a Nightshade. Okay. I was really hoping for my opponent to have Bulldozed into me. That would have been awesome. Sun actually faded there, so I should have been counting my turns a little bit better. But that should seal up the game now. Because the Scald will just knock out the Rhyperior, and we can just... There's no point in switching out Whimsicott either, I think, because we just want to make sure we get another Taunt off against Dusclops. So Terrain disappears. Yeah, I think there's one more turn of Taunt. Yep. I'm just checking. Rhyperior. Yeah, -2 special defense. So Scald should knock that out. So we can pretty easily go for Fake Tears onto Dusclops and Scald onto Rhyperior. And Incineroar obviously wins 1v1 against Dusclops. So even if you protect... Yeah, I think your play here is probably protect Nightshade and then maybe Ally Switch if you have it next turn. But my opponent can't beat my Milotic and Incineroar, especially with the fake, like me cycling and Intimidate. It's actually gonna Bulldoze. Okay. Well, that's actually gonna activate competitive. Hilariously enough. If it's min speed Rhyperior, I mean, maybe now it outspeeds. But the problem here is you still don't outspeed with Dusclops, so you can't even go for the Bulldoze like self-activation this next turn. So, yeah, I'm just going to taunt Dusclops and Scald again. It's kind of a long drawn-out game right now. But, I mean, I don't see how we lose this. Especially with the double attack drop onto Rhyperior. So, yeah. I think the one thing that I was scared about by bringing in Venusaur, he's going to go for a double protect but doesn't get it. But yeah, I mean, you can't like set up Trick Room anyway, right? So this is one of the reasons why Ally Switch is a really good move on Dusclops. I mean, it's so annoying to play against, but it adds so much more variance, and so you have more rooms to make plays that are cool like that. Or not like, I wouldn't say cool, I guess, more just like can get you out of tricky situations here. But yeah, having Taunt is just one of the best moves to help out against hard Trick Room, especially against something like Dusclops. So there really wasn't much my opponent could have done in this matchup, given the 4 Pokemon they brought. I think like you pretty much need to bring Charizard to make things maybe more difficult. Like a Charizard lead against Whimsicott Venusaur is definitely tough because I don't have Focus Sash on either, right? So I can't knock you out. And you're going to be faster unless I set up Tailwind, but if I set up Tailwind, then I have to deal with the potential late Trick Room. So I think if I were to play this from my opponent's end, I would probably lead Charizard to put on some more pressure and go from there. So yeah, we end up getting the win here. The main thing I did forget about, though, was Leafeon outspeeding Venusaur. So it didn't really make too much of a difference because then you figured it didn't have a way to one-shot us, but maybe it would have been worth it. No, I mean, setting up Tailwind there could have been interesting. It does give us the chance to not get crit by like the second attack that Leafeon goes for, basically. Because if Leafeon crits there, I guess the game gets a little bit more interesting, although I still think we win with Incineroar and Milotic. But I think I could have maybe played it a little bit safer in that situation specifically. But yeah, Venusaur and Incineroar both come out and get a win, so not bad. Really standard second team here. Reminds me a lot of like Alex Agloza's Grimmsnarl Swagger stuff. So I think Incineroar is still good here, especially against Excadrill and the Horse. I have to watch out, though, because with Icy Wind and Intimidate, I have 2 ways to activate my Milotic's competitive on the opposing end. I honestly think this could be a game for Dynamax Togekiss, and then we have normal Venusaur. That doesn't look pretty... That looks actually pretty solid to me. That doesn't look bad. I'm thinking I want Togekiss Venusaur. I want Milotic for the 2 ground types here. Yeah, with Scope Lens, I mean, we can increase our speed. I'm just curious who the pivot is. Don't think... I mean, Morpiko's, like, a little tempting here. It does have Brick Break. and Seed Bomb and Aura Wheel. So it's actually got surprisingly good coverage here. But I think Incineroar is not bad. This does actually make my Milotic matchup shake here, though, if I bring Incineroar. But I think Incineroar is just too good not to bring, given that the two main sweepers are going to be the ground-type Pokemon. But maybe this is just me just defaulting to something that feels more comfortable that I have at least played with before, whereas Morpeko is just a new Pokemon. So I definitely need to give Morpeko more of a shot in future games. Let's see how this one goes, though. We'll be able to potentially just go for turn 1, like Max Flare. It's actually Grimmsnarl and Milotic, which I think is favorable here for us with Togekiss Venusaur. Like, we put on a lot of offense right now, basically. Problem is, if I want to knock out Grimmsnarl, I'll activate Terrain. I'm not sure I necessarily want to do that. We also could just Dynamax Venusaur turn 1. I kind of want to go for it, guys. I think I'm going to go for it. I'm going to Helping Hand. Dynamax. Alright, let's be smart. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. Because I think you fake out Venusaur here a lot of the times. I'm going to Helping Hand Dynamax and Max Ooze Grimmsnarl. That also gives us the special attack boost on both, which is nice. And the reason I'm prioritizing knocking out Grimmsnarl here is because I don't think Venusaur struggles against Milotic as much. Although Milotic obviously can have an Ice-type attack, but if you go for an Ice-type attack right now, you'll activate our weakness policy. Today is Venusaur's day, man. Yeah, like, Venusaur's, you know, the more offensive component to this. Alright, so we'll get Helping Hand off. I went for Helping Hand to block a potential Fake Out. Okay. Is Icy Wind coming out? Good to know that Venusaur is faster than Milotic, though. That's actually a really big deal. Okay, nice. So we get a special attack boost on both. Wasn't expecting a Fake Tears, but I guess I don't mind that. Icy Wind or Ice Beam? Ah, okay. No! No! This Venusaur is gonna just sleep! Oh. Okay, well, we still have Togekiss. I mean, we can still thaw out too, but... Oh. F's in chat. Small Breaker, okay. Togekiss was probably the better Pokemon to Dynamax, but we can win this with Milotic still, for sure. Okay. I think I'm just going to go for the Heat Wave here. That'll bring Excadrill down to a Sash if it has one. And if I can thaw out, that'd be great. I think Excadrill probably Dynamaxes here. But then the question is, do you Max Quake or Max Steel Spire? The problem is by bringing Incineroar, I have to activate competitive at some point unless I force Milotic off the field. Yeah, that's a shame. The thing here is even if I didn't get frozen though, like because Excadrill can just come out, like I guess the question is what was my game plan? Because Excadrill's obviously outspeeding Venusaur. He actually goes for Max Steel Spike. Okay. Into Togekiss. I mean, if we thaw out here, come on Venusaur. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Show us why you're boss. If it thaws out, it just gets this Max Overgrowth off. Oh, that'll be so hype. Alright, let's see. No. That's so frustrating, man. But, like I said, going for Togekiss might have been the move. Like, what we could have done was Max Airstream, Sleep. I don't know. I think I would still make that same play, though, that I made every time. I don't really regret it. Just imagine if we weren't frozen, right? Like, I think we probably survive a Steel Spike or a Max Quake from Excadrill. Even if not, I think my opponent should have targeted Venusaur there. You should Steel Spike Venusaur. That was risky to not go for that, in my opinion. But they're the one with the advantage right now, so what am I to say? Yeah. Shame, we had a really good lead. Could also Dynamax the... Like, I think other play to consider is Dynamax, Togekiss, Max Airstream, Giga Drain. Just, like, go on the offense. But, yeah. If we don't get frozen there, we knock out the Milotic. And then once we knock out Milotic, I think Incineroar and Milotic can win against the rest of my opponent's team. And we have Venusaur obviously around for longer. It doesn't take that huge second Ice Beam. So, yeah. We get a burn with Scald. Okay, we get a burn. That makes things interesting. We're faster too, but surely my opponent's Milotic has Recover, so I might not even play this out and just play a third game. Yeah. I mean, if we go for Max Starfall turn 1, we knock out Grimmsnarl, but then you actually just knock out Venusaur. So I actually think Dynamaxing Venusaur was the correct play, but perhaps instead of targeting Grimmsnarl, we should have targeted down Milotic. Yeah. Like, if we Fake Tears or Helping Hand Max Overgrowth Milotic, that probably just KOs. And then we don't take any damage. So, I don't know. I still like knocking out Grimmsnarl there. But I guess without Follow Me support there on Togekiss, like a Life Orb Excadrill might just be able to knock out the Venusaur, so it's better to try to take no damage on turn 1. I'm just going to forfeit here, yeah. We don't have much of a shot because we just activate competitive on our opponent's end, plus we've already been burnt. And I mean, like, the Incineroar is not going to be able to do much damage against the opposing Milotic, so yep. I don't know. I think, like, if my opponent plays smart and goes... I think you should always max Steel Spike Venusaur, honestly. But I guess because my opponent had the freeze, they figured, oh, like, 20% chance to thaw out. Like, might as well just target down Togekiss. And I guess, yeah, if you target down the Venusaur there, Togekiss does get a Heat Wave off. And at +1 with Life Orb from Excadrill, like, maybe... Especially if we crit, maybe we just knock you out there. So, without the freeze, things definitely would have been a little bit different. Maybe Helping Hand Max Overgrowth into Milotic would have been the play. Then we eat up a Fake Tears, but then you don't really have any special attacker, so... Yeah, I guess if I were to replay that, I would just aggressively target down Milotic turn 1, so we don't even have the chance of getting crit. Looks like we're up against Marco's winning team from Internationals for the 3rd game today. So we know, most of the stuff that's on that team. We just played with it. This honestly seems like another Venusaur game, but I have to actually really watch out. I think Dynamax Rotom Heat could be really bad for us here. The more I look at it, the more I realize this team just has nothing for Rotom Heat, which is bad. It's really bad. I don't know how we stop it, honestly. So you could go Whimsicott Togekiss, but Duraludon's the main threat to that. We would need a Parting Shot Rotom. What is my opponent, like, Whimsicott Rotom? How do I even beat that lead? I guess Incineroar as a lead could put in some work, because we can maybe just exert pressure with Parting Shot immediately. Can also get an Intimidate off against Dracovish, should my opponent choose to lead that. Yeah, Incineroar Milotic, maybe. With Venusaur and Togekiss in the back. One other interesting component we could go for is Dynamax Incineroar, set up the Sun, and then bring in Venusaur to click Sleep Powder. I don't know how great I feel about that, but it's certainly an option. I do think that Rotom just beats this team, though. There's really no good answer to it. Especially Dynamax Rotom. The upside is it's not Nasty Plot Rotom, but the downside is, obviously, Whimsicott has Fake Tears on the opposing end. Maybe Whimsicott and Fish, though, okay. I'll take that. Yeah, my Milotic's in a solid spot right now. You could Dynamax the Fish, but don't think that's worth the Dynamax. Scarfish. Good Fish's Rend. Kind of just want to fake out Icy Wind turn 1. I mean, we could fake out Skull. If we get the burn, that would be huge. So we've got Togekiss, Venusaur in the back. We still have to watch out. Rotom is the main thing we have to watch out for. I think I'm going to fake out Icy Wind turn 1. It's a pretty predictable play, though. So you could just switch out Dracovish. So like one way around that would have been doubling up onto a Whimsicott with fake out Icy Wind. Actually, with the Intimidate and by going for fake out, I guess Fish's Rend probably doesn't KO from Scarf Dracovish, right? Well, the one thing I've learned is to never underestimate Dracovish. Okay, actually Whimsicott protects, so this works out. Good. Yeah. This could be a place to consider Dynamaxing Incineroar, as crazy as that seems. Just Wind. I mean, we were going to outspeed it anyway this turn, but it would have helped for next turn. My problem here is that if I Dynamax Incineroar, for example, I think I have to switch out. I need to conserve Incineroar to potentially deal with Rotom too. I'm gonna switch out into Togekiss. And Icy Wind, yeah. It was an unfortunate miss. I mean, it doesn't make that much of a difference, because I guess Whimsicott probably clicks Tailwind here anyway. Yep. But the thing is that Fish doesn't do anything against my Milotic. Okay, so he's gonna Fish this Rend. That does so much damage. Get the Icy Wind off. At some point I have to consider Dynamaxing the Milotic, honestly. I think I'm gonna Helping Hand Icy Wind this next turn. Which should knock out Whimsicott. That'll be close, actually. That looks really close. And I think we'll... I still don't know who I want to Dynamax in this game yet. But I'm gonna Helping Hand Icy Wind here. Alright, he's gonna switch out Whimsicott. Rotom. Duraludon, okay. Yeah, this is why I wish I hit the Icy Wind earlier, because I think, like, Milotic actually just has a really solid matchup against the, like, majority of my opponent's team. Okay. See how much we do. In terms of, I mean, I'm not expecting much damage here, but... Not bad, honestly. Yeah, I mean, Dracovish is under half now. I think we actually bring out Venusaur here. No Rotom Heat has come out yet, but surely it's waiting in the back. Yeah, like, Dracovish isn't going to do much in this position. I guess we can max Oozer to get some... but probably going for Special Defense Boost is better. We also could Sleep Powder here. Connecting on a Sleep Powder could be huge, but do I want to risk it? I know he's got Max Lightning on Duraludon. I could Dynamax and Max Ooze here and protect Milotic. Or Max Quake. I think I'm going to Max Quake Recover, actually. Alright, so Dracovish switches out. Rotom? Yeah, okay, there it is. That's why I wanted to go for Max Quake as well, for the special defense boost, and smartly enough, actually, my opponent doesn't Dynamax the Duraludon, so good conservation to wait and try to Dynamax Rotom. We will get a special defense boost, and also, actually, if you go for a Max Flare, you will set up the Sun. I wish I caught that switch in, though. That was a pretty obvious switch in. He's gonna Thunderbolt into Milotic, though. Okay, yeah, so we'll heal all of that back up. Okay, nice. And we'll get a special defense boost with Max Quake. This is a fun one. I still think this matchup is rough because my opponents just conserved this Dynamax all the way until the end. No, we got so close to knocking out Duraludon. That was a good try. Okay, getting a special defense boost here is huge, though. Maybe we can just win with, like, Milotic boosted all the way up. Let's see, there's one turn of Tailwind left. I definitely want to Max Quake Duraludon again for a special defense boost. Clicking Recover here could be interesting. I don't want to switch out, obviously. Because I think Milotic can win 3v1. Yeah, I'm actually going to Max Quake and then click Recover here, I think. Oh, actually, maybe just Protect. I haven't shown Protect yet. The problem here is if you double up in a Venusaur, I guess, with Max Flare and Draco Meteor, maybe that just KOs us. So maybe I should have Ice you. I don't know if Protect is the best play then. Because what I was worried about was double Max Lightning, Rotom Max Lightnings into Milotic. That sets up Terrain, and then Duraludon Max Lightnings. I think that KOs us. So if Rotom doesn't target Venusaur here, that would be a really big turn for us. So, I don't know. I think I actually needed to think about this turn specifically a little bit more. Alright, it is max lightning. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. That's so good for us. Okay, because that gives us the Citrain set up now, but Duraludon's the only thing taking advantage of that, right? So, yeah. Okay, so I got that read correct. That was a scary read to make, though, I think. So we're at +2 Spadef now on Milotic. And we've got leftovers. Milotic, like, you know, fares pretty well against Dracovish and Whimsicott. Neither of those can do... I guess we have to worry about Fake Tears Max Lightning, don't we? Because he's going to have that in the back. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Kaylin Peters out. Who do you bring out here? I would think Whimsicott, yeah. Do you go for Fake Tears Max Lightning? Does that knock us out? It would be close. I would think so. Do I risk switching out into Incineroar here? I don't think that's worth it. I think we max Ooze Whimsicott. And Icy Wind. We want the speed drop because Tailwind will eventually stall out. You could protect Whimsicott, but I feel like, yeah, you go for Fake Tears. Okay. Alright. I think that should KO, but we'll have to see. This Milotic is pretty specially invested. Could have called the switch out there and gone into Incineroar. This is KO. Oh, it doesn't even KO. Oh, I think we're good then. Oh my goodness. We just knock out the Whimsicott outright with Icy Wind from competitive. Yeah, that's the thing with, like... Wow, that's impressive. I mean, that was basically like a neutral Max Lightning, right? But still, nice. Yeah, we get the Max Ooze off here too. Cool. So now Dynamax ends on my end. We're at +3 special attack with Milotic. We've got leftovers healing us up every turn, and Rotom is slower. So I actually kind of want to switch out Venusaur into Incineroar, but you can catch that in with Dracovish. So maybe we shouldn't do that. I think we should win against Rotom now. What do you do? Like click Rock Slide? You could Vicious Ren Max Flare. But we're faster with Venusaur and Milotic now. Yeah, because my opponent didn't set up Tailwind. So I think we're fine to just Sludge Bomb Dracovish. And click Recover. Actually, maybe protecting here makes more sense. No, but if I protect and you double up on Venusaur and flinch me, that'd be really bad. Yeah, so I'm just going to Sludge Bomb Dracovish and recover with Milotic here. He is Rock Sliding, yes. He's going for the flinch. Yeah, we don't get KO'd by that. Oh, oh, that doesn't knock out Venusaur, though. That wasn't close. Okay. So my opponent actually kindly sets up the sign. Dude, these max special defense boosts are huge. And now we are actually at, that activates our weakness policy, too. The double flinch, though, man. Reminiscent of the finals. Or not the finals, sorry. Top 8 from Melbourne Internets. Okay, so now we're faster than the Dracovish. So, Sludge Bomb. Actually, Giga Drain should just KO that, right? We're at +3 special attack. Yeah. Let's just guarantee the knockout. I don't know the calc there. I'd rather play it safe. Sludge Bomb and Recover here is safe. I don't think Thunderbolt even KOs us after we recover. Even despite the double flinch, we were fine there. I think you might want to target Milotic down in that position instead of the Venusaur, because now you set up the Sun for me. And I know it's Choice Scarf Dracovish. Nice. Wow. Didn't think we'd be able to maneuver out of this matchup, honestly, but we found a way. So we take that. I guess we haven't won yet, but I don't see Rotom winning at this point 3v1, especially with +2 Spadef Milotic and Incineroar waiting in the back. Yeah, this Thunderbolt's not going to KO us. Nice. The biggest turn this game, though, was making the read on the double up into Milotic. Because I figured Milotic is such a big threat to my opponent's team, and you have a window of opportunity to KO it, and so I just went for it there, and it paid off. Yeah. I wonder if +3 Sludge Bomb knocks out Rotom. I would think so, but once again, I don't know my calcs here super well with Venusaur, so we'll see. Alright, Venusaur coming in huge today, though. We pretty much brought it in every game. Unfortunately, got frozen for us in that second one, but I think I could have probably played turn 1 a little bit better and should have aggressively targeted my opponent's Milotic down. Just wasn't expecting the Fake Tears Ice Beam play there. But managed to clutch this one out against what I think is still a pretty bad matchup. I think Rotom, he is tough to go up against, but despite getting double flinch there in the end, we were able to survive that overheat after getting those special defense boosts. So bulky Venusaur coming in huge today. So some really, really fun games to kick off Season 3 of Battle Stadium and this brand new VGC 2020 format. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Thank you to the creator of the team once again. Go check him out in the description below. Feel free to try out this team yourself. Hopefully I'll have my brand new team in game definitely by the end of the week. If not, I'll keep probably playing with this team maybe for 1 or 2 more days. And then yeah, like I said, still working on my first team for Series 3. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed, leave a like, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.